Welcome back, Rainmakers, to the Crypto Rain channel. I'm your host, Jay Murph, and today we're going to be talking about NFTs, collectibles, and what can they do as far as appreciation. Now, we're all investors here. I hope so. Otherwise, I'm very boring to watch. I'm an investor myself, and I've only been investing in crypto for 4 years now. I've been a real estate investor and other kind of investor for about 20. So I'm fairly new at crypto, but not brand new. This isn't my first go around and this isn't my first cycle. So now there's not a lot of background we can look and know exactly what NFTs and collectibles can do, but we do have some good information. I'm going to share that with you. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get this party started. Join me, Rainmakers. All right, well, if you're new to the channel, well, thank you for joining me. Hopefully you're here for some good information because I like to think what I share is good. Now, I've been blessed and done well from what I've learned. Now, I did pretty well in 2017, only to get totally wrecked in 2018 because I didn't understand anything about the market cycles. And there are market cycles that impact us here. And we can't know exactly what this will look like because this cycle is different than the other cycles because we have a lot more with the altcoins to discuss. In fact, NFTs are a much bigger thing now. Now, cyberpunks or CryptoPunks and what are they? The Crypto Kitties were the only NFTs last cycle. And CryptoKitties haven't done extremely well, but the Cyberpunks or CryptoPunks, I forget what they're called, have done tremendously well, even though they're very, very basic. And that has to do with desirability and scarcity. So let's talk about that. Now, unfortunately, I didn't have this channel 6 months ago. About 6 months ago, I was buying some NBA Top Shots and some packs, and I did buy one card. And I want to share that with you. Now, if you're new to the channel, you haven't seen this before. If you follow for a while, you've seen some of this, so I appreciate your patience as I just explain for those that are new kind of some things. So you can go here and you can see what you purchased. And so let me show with you. Now, unfortunately, they had some problems with my card. I missed out on these premium packs. Right here, I tried to purchase 10 and it failed, and 10 and it failed. Now it was extremely frustrating because those packs each would be worth a mint. And they had a lot of bugs to get fixed early on. So this failed. I was able to get 10 early adopters packs. These only had 3 cards in them a piece. But out of that, I got a LeBron James card that's worth, at the time, about $80. What's it worth now? Almost $30,000. So what's funny is when things become scarce versus the desirability of them, they do really well. And we're going to relate that to what I expect some other things to do. Now, I was able to pick up this LeBron James moment. Let's see if I can click on this. It will take me to the card. You added your Top Shot squad. So I bought this for $58. Let's just look at it. Now, it's rare. It's number 209 out of 275. Let's see. So I bought it for $58. Let's see how they're doing now. Oh, the lowest ask price is almost $16,000. It's amazing what a little bit of time can do for some value on things, right? Now, did I know this would be tremendous? No, I just suspected that it would do tremendous. And I didn't even suspect that it would do this good. I just thought maybe it'd be worth $1,000 or $2,000. The only thing I had to look at was how basketball cards and baseball cards did in the past, and it took a long time for those to hit momentum. But because the limited supply of these versus the overall crypto investors and basketball collectors and just other collectors, they have really performed super well. So I think, well, what are the new things that are going to do well? And I'm always asking myself that question because it's not that there's not some value here. There is, and let me show you something I was looking at earlier, and you can take advantage of this. Now, I don't know that this will do well. I just suspect it will do well. So if you look up Luca, I can't even say his last name. These are the Series 1 moments by him, and this cheapest one here, I was looking to see how the transactions are doing and if things are still moving. And I was looking at this, and I saw an interesting possible opportunity for anyone who wants to take advantage of it. Now look at how all these are selling right around 2,800, right? Tons of them. And this is all since March 14th and 15th. So yesterday and today. Now there aren't very many of these overall. I guess there are a number of them. There are specifically, yeah, 3,500. So there is a lot, but there aren't a lot left at those prices. So unless collectors that have them start throwing them in here, everything around the $3,000 mark, or $2,850, is going to be gone, and then the price is going to go up pretty steep from there, unless other people that are holding them start putting them on the market. So this is a short-term swing trade idea. For some reason, Luca has absolutely taken off, and literally 2 months ago, you could have bought these cards for about $100, and now they're going for almost $3,000, and that's just the availability and desirability. So like it's pretty scarce versus what the desirability is, and it's done absolutely crazy things. All right, because I'm always looking. Now the only reason I reference some of these things on how well I did, because it's to give you an idea of what else might do well, and what am I buying now that I hope in 6 months will do. Maybe it won't do as well, maybe it'll do better. So this is just some of the stuff. I spent about maybe $1,400, $1,500 total for my account now, with them to be valued at, this is what it says the moment's values are, 132,000. But if I just went just below the lowest listing value on everything, and then it moved, then, I'd possibly get about $120,000, which would be great, right? So personally, I'm still holding all of those. I did put up a few for sale, one of them at a ridiculous price that it probably won't move at, but just to try out testing, putting things up for sale to see how that went. And so maybe the two other ones that are actually at non-ridiculous prices move, just so I can become familiar with how that part goes. So what am I looking at that might do well in the coming months? Well, I'm looking at the other really big blockchain and the other big deal out of there. Now, I imagine the people behind, I think is this Dapper Labs that owns this, they built the Flow blockchain. I imagine they'll continue to do well, and their blockchain has done well, though we don't have a huge history on it. If we hit max here, we can only go back to the end of January, and since then, it has 5x'd. So if you have bought Flow blockchain here, it's 5x higher than it was. And here's the markets that you can buy it on. You can buy it on Kraken, you can buy it on Huobi, CoinList, OKX, MXC, etc., right? So the other one I'm looking at is this one. Oh, well, I want to go to OnFlow's website here. Yeah. Interesting. Okay. So the other one I'm looking at is the Omi blockchain, which is the Akomi, which has the other one with some really big licenses now. And I've been talking about them for a while, and many of my subscribers have done very well on this. Now, I have not bought any Omi. Not any. So I'm glad many of you have done tremendously well. In fact, some of my subscribers bought it way back here, and you have absolutely hit it out of the park. And you could say I'm crazy that I haven't bought any, and I am crazy in some ways, right? Like we're all a little bit crazy, at least. But I have been buying the collectibles. Now, obviously, I could have been buying a ton here, and it's done tremendously since then. So it's what? From there, it's 3x'd, which is tremendous gains, because some things are pulling back right now. A 3x is definitely something to brag about. What have I been buying? Well, I have been buying the actual collectibles themselves, because while the Flow blockchain did well, the NBA Top Shots collectibles did ridiculously good. And so let me share with you. Now, for my subscribers that have been tuning in for a while, you already know. Now, you can download the VeVe app, and this is what it looks like. In fact, there we go. This is VeVe, so that's what you're looking for, and you want to download this app on your phone. And you can actually, right through your phone, buy some of these collectibles. But look at the licenses they have. Now, some of these you don't know. I was talking to somebody that was 18 years old, and they were telling me the Adventure Time license is huge. He's in the U.S., though. He wasn't able to buy any of these. Warner Brothers, really, they've released some Batman some of the Harley Quinn stuff, and some other DC collectibles, but particularly the Batman, although I think anything Series 1 from them will probably do well. They have also released some other ones in this. Now, this article was put out a month ago, so it is a little bit old, but I wanted to point out some things from you. So, VeVe Digital Collectibles give you incredibly high quality 3D models, augmented reality showrooms, and collectible displays, static and animated characters. The animated characters is interesting because they just signed a licensing deal not too long ago with the NFL Players Association. So NBA Top Shots did well, and it really brought Flow's blockchain up a lot, as well as the company. So I suspect this is going to bring a lot of attention to the VeVe app, and there will be some people that are big football traders that get on to collect football that they'll say, hey, what else is on here? Now, we're still got some Season 1 Batmans available. The rare and ultra rare are sold out, but in my opinion, the uncommon and the common are really, really cool ones. Now, unfortunately, the focus can't quite get it right, but this uncommon one, or this common one, now, if I have my numbers right, this common, and this is the original artwork for this Batman was done by Todd McFarlane, one of the big artists behind Batman that a lot of people know. They took that artwork and then they had a sculptor like basically make a 3D representation of it. Now you can actually see exactly how many are left, and the way you do that is you go to buy now, and it will tell you that if I bought now, it would give me number 5927. So there's 7,500 of these total. That means roughly there's 1,500 left, and when these are gone, they are gone. Just like those packs that I got the LeBron James out of that's worth almost $30,000 now, they were sitting on the market available for a couple of months. I wouldn't be surprised if 6 months from now that these different Series 1 Batmans that are still available, the common and uncommon, do tremendously well. Secondly, I want to point out something I did speak about earlier today. If you go to the Series 4 one, this Darwin Cook, now it's not my favorite Batman. It's actually kind of round and not near as cool. Like, we like strong, chiseled Batman. This one's kind of like round and fluffy. But there's only a few of these sold, like 1,000 so far. Let me see. We're looking at, if I click on buy now, it'll tell me that number 1017 is the one it would buy. So 1,016 of these have sold. Now, the widow of the artist behind this has asked that they be pulled down. So Darwin Cook, now they didn't go back and ask Darwin Cook's estate if they can make these, and I imagine with their licensing agreement they didn't have to, but I wonder if out of respect for her they don't pull it down. Now, in my previous video earlier, you can take a look at that. Just go back and look 2 videos ago in my videos history, and I go through this specific article. But also this artist, this is also Series 4, Gary Frank, then chimed in and requested his be pulled down too. Now this is the uncommon one, and if I have my numbers right, there's 5,250 or so. Maybe that's right, 5,000, I don't know, that are made, 5,500, that's how many are made of this edition. It says right looking down. Let me share with you how many of these are sold. So this would be 1,484. So 1,483 have sold so far. That if they pulled these down, that would mean that the edition ends up that these be some of the rarest ones out there. That would be interesting, wouldn't it? So do I know if that'll happen? No, I don't know. We'll see what they do. But what I love about VeVe in general is all these licenses they're getting. And I heard a rumor that they got the Pokemon license. I don't know for sure if that's true. Can you imagine if it is? How many people are get the VeVe app? Not only to collect Pokemon, but they'll see what else is there. And then they don't have their resale market even developed yet. So anything you buy right now, you can't resell it. They said that they'll work on it, trusting that they will, but I don't know that they will. If they do, then, and it functions good, then that'll be a good, viable place to sell your collectibles that you've done well with. Now, I bought 10 or so each of those first series Batmans. By now, I keep buying more. My wife bought 2 of each of those, and I even bought some more of the Darwin Cook ones and the Gary Frank Batmans, because who knows what happens with those. Yeah, that would be fun to see if something happened with those and they got pulled down. And the ones that are sold should be sold. They shouldn't be able to yank them back from us. So we'll see what happens with that. That should be some really good value if they do pull those early. And even if not, maybe the controversy will bring some extra value to them. So just like with the NBA Top Shots that were available for a long time, and yet they were sold out, and a lot of people came onto the platform, huge ton of massive number of people. They did run some ads for just a little bit there, and with the number of ads, with the ads that they ran, they had so many people come to the site that it's totally their websites can't handle the number of people that are interested in these moments. So they stopped running any advertisements, and they still sell out their cards and their packs like immediately. Even though now their common series, they're producing, instead of just like 3,500 cards, they're producing 35,000, and still even their common packs sell out fast. So what does that tell you? A lot of people have come and become interested in NBA Top Shots. Now, a lot of people, you've been in the space for a while, and you're even just becoming aware of VeVe now. It has not hit mass awareness in any way, shape, or form yet. That's why I think there's some value here. At least that's my guess. Now, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm definitely not your financial advisor. I'm just an investor myself. And I've been blessed, in general. I paid the hard licks in life through investing. This isn't my first rodeo, and I had some massive losses when I was brand new in real estate investing and made some dumb mistakes that I just don't make anymore. And so I made some big mistakes in my first year crypto investing too, that I just don't make those mistakes anymore. And that's helped me learn some lessons that have done very well. Like sharing these with you. I do want to thank each of you who have joined and subscribed to my channel. Now, I'm just a crypto investor myself, and that's, what I hope is going to retire me this year, so that I can continue just doing what I want, where I want, with who I want. And I imagine many of you are in that same boat. I mean, that's your end goal, because retirement, it's not that I'm going to stop working, but it allows you the complete choice to do exactly what you want, where you want, and with who you want, right? So one of my big reasons for starting this channel was to be able to get in touch with the devs behind the projects that I'm most interested in, be able to get good information from them, especially that the non-private information that's out there that just hasn't hit public awareness yet. And so I haven't spoken to the devs at VeVe, though this information has not hit mass awareness yet, and that's why I keep covering it. I know if you follow my channel, maybe you're even sick of this. I just think there's some really good value here, or I suspect there's some really good value here, which is why I've covered it multiple times. And the more I think about it, the more I'm like, yeah, this is going to be freaking huge. And so I just want to make sure I give it the emphasis that it deserves. And if you didn't check out my video on WanChain, it's thanks to each of you that have helped my channel grow, that they reached out to me, the devs did, behind WanChain and WanSwap. And so I was able to get some updates from them and ask some questions and confirmed what I already knew, that their dev team is very solid and smart, and they're on the cutting edge of technology, and they're coming out with some gamification things they're the same devs behind WanSwap, and so they're creating a new thing that is somewhat involved with WanSwap using WanChain and I think the WASP token, or at least the liquidity pools they created there, in order for some gamification and some additional farming of a whole new token. So I'm looking forward to that. I did get an early look, and I will keep you updated as I find out more information. But I did make a purchase of some more WanChain today, because I was like, wow, I think this will be big for WanSwap in general and WanChain too. I do think that WanChain overall is underpriced. I know we were talking about game stuff and NFTs, and I guess it's related to NFTs because there will be some NFTs related to this. But overall, I've been a big fan of WanChain for a long time myself, and its market cap is 213 million. I could see this easily. Well, my best guess is that this market cap goes up to 100x from here. Now, I did make a video earlier about WanChain to $1,600. That was actually a math error on my part, and I apologize for that. It's supposed to be $160. So that's still, if it hits what my best guess is, and it's just a guess. I'm not a financial advisor. I don't have a crystal ball, but my guess is that this can still 100x from here. Guys, thank each of you for joining me. I hope you're enjoying this journey. There's so much happening during the next 6 to 12 months, and this is some times to make some great gains. Barring some World War III or crazy event, I imagine this pattern will continue, and we're in the middle of a bull market that, barring some massive event, shouldn't end for at least 6 months. I hope it doesn't, because that will be some good times for us to really start working and making our dreams come true. Now, I am still going to be posting in the down market, because that's when the good buys are. And that's when we'll be, I'll be looking for the good buys, as well as I'll be talking about taking profits on the way up, as well as looking at what are some good opportunities out there to roll some of the gains into. Now, it may be as simple as rolling them into some of the things like Blockfi and CRO and Crypto.com and some of the other platforms out there like Yield and Celsius, and just literally sitting in USDC earning gains on that. I'm hoping I find some better opportunities, but I can tell you real estate is overvalued, stocks are overvalued, and crypto is going to be overvalued at the top of this market. And so what is there to buy that's undervalued? I'm not sure yet. I keep looking, and I will keep looking. And I expect stocks and real estate will have a big pullback sometime, but both of those pullbacks take a long time to really put it in the strong buy territory. So I'll try to keep you informed at what I'm looking at then, because I'm always thinking, what next? What am I going to do in 6 months? What is there to invest in 12 months? What might be a good buy? Just don't have the answers for that yet. As I see something that might be, I will keep you up to date. So until next time, we will see you later.